Bad boy.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You've tuned in live to the Flyest Sports and Entertainment Podcast in all the land. This is StatlinesMatter. Kind of a big story in the NFL today. Julio, what is his name?
Quintorris.
Quintorris. Julio Jones has signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So he's gonna do what aging veteran players do, and that's go chase a ring. And who better to chase it with than Mr. Brady?
Well, he ain't chasing now. I mean, he's
finna get it. He's in the front car.
Yeah,
he's up front.
Yeah, he's definitely up front. Like he riding.
He's in 5E.
They in pole position.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this, and I was like, man, I had mixed emotions because.
Tell me.
Well, because when I was a Falcons fan,
and he's still a Falcons fan.
I used to get so frustrated because he would, if he was involved in the play in any way, he would take 1 to 2 plays off. It didn't matter if it was a third down and long. He's over on the sideline, and it used to frustrate me so much because I'm like, okay, even if you can't, like physically for whatever reason, you can't take any more contact for the next 90 seconds.
Right.
Okay, fine. Go out there and just run a go route. But because the defense is going to play different.
It has to account for you.
Yeah, when you're on the field. And he would just always be over there with the Gatorade bottle with the liquids bursting out of his mouth.
Tapping hay.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, okay, so I was very frustrated, just throughout his time in Atlanta that he would do that. Anyway, so I was like, man, his name is Quintorris though. So like this is probably, I Googled Quintorris's, and there are 722 Quintorris's. All of them are either awaiting sentencing, in jail, or just getting on parole. So he's the only one that has made it this far.
Every
Quintorris's don't make it this far. So anyway,
I'm not touching that.
So I was like, man, who would have thought when his mama named him Quintorris that he would ever achieve these heights? So I figured, hey, go ahead and finish the drill. Not only that, though, we were talking about Damian Lillard. I did a quick hitter on Damian Lillard. Should he leave Portland, get a ring? And I think that, just given all that Julio's accomplished, been the number one receiver, arguably in the league for a lot of his career. Now I think is the perfect bookend to a career. And I think it's the perfect spot because you have Chris Godwin and you have
Mike Evans,
who are your every down guys. So he doesn't have to play every down. And I believe he's a guy that can still break one for 80, 85, run somebody over. I think he's the perfect complementary.
Oh, yeah.
To pick up where Antonio Brown, because I would put him in the slot. I'm not moving Godwin anywhere, and I'm not moving. If Quintorris want to come in here, you gonna play right where Antonio Brown was at.
But Godwin played in the slot when.
Oh, that's true.
Brown
that's true. That's true. So who was the
Brown?
Okay, so
and under that configuration.
Okay, so then he will play wherever Brown went.
And here's the thing. I mean, you
can't play him every down though.
No, you can't. But you don't need to. I mean, you don't like. They're just loading up the weapons. And think about this. You got the ball on the 5-yard line, and you want to spread the field. You got Mike Evans, who's a big, rangy, maybe 6'4", 6'5" receiver. You got Julio Jones, who's a big, rangy 6'4", 6'4", is he 6'4",
big boy,
6'5"?
Yeah, big boy.
And a huge catch radius. And then you got, they just got Kyle Rudolph.
Tight end
who's
from Minnesota, went to Notre Dame.
Who's another 6'6" guy, like you just throw it up to somebody.
Yeah, and Tom's gonna make obviously all the right reads.
Yeah.
He's gonna put guys in position. Everybody.
But you just put those guys in position to rebound, because you could either just let them go and box out and drill it to them, or you can throw the fade and let them go up. Everybody has go up ability. That makes them like super dangerous. You lose. The question becomes like, how healthy is he? Because he never looked really healthy in Tennessee.
Memphis, yeah.
Nashville,
that's right. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, though. They don't need him to be healthy.
No, they don't need him to be healthy until the second half of the season.
Yeah, so I think it's the perfect place he can go chill, and he can make his 4 or 5 catches, a game, and he's going to give you I believe he'll probably give you 3 or 4 games where he gives you a vintage Julio performance. And when the playoffs come, when he's fully healthy, I think that offense, and here's the thing, right? The offense wasn't the reason they lost last year in the playoffs. So
now, for whatever reason, they decided to guard Cooper Kupp with a safety 101 with a weird blitz and line him up against the safety, and it's like I'm still confused by that.
Yeah. So once again,
like of all the receivers they have, that's the guy you want to put the safety on and say, go have at it.
The guy who's been eating
all season against everybody. Not like forget that game. Like he killed everybody.
Everybody. Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. Like I mean, he obviously. Go away with everything you thought about who he was. Like he's clearly
he's that guy now.
He's that dude.
He's the new Lance Allworth. How about that?
He's way better than Lance Allworth. He's way better than him. Sticking with football a little bit, I want to talk about your coach for a second here, Kirby Smart. Kirby, and I don't have the exact number, but I'm going to say it's like 10 years, like 110, 112.
Where do I go?
That's a lot of money for that championship and running a good program. I mean, let's not try to make him seem like he's a one-trick pony. He's had Georgia good since he's been there. He's had them knocking on the door. He's a top-flight recruiter. Program's clean, scandal-free. He got paid. I think the only knock I have about it is that and it has less to do with him and more to do with the system that continues to, and I'm on message boards. I'm on Brian Driscoll's board. Shout out to Irish Breakdown. And you get these vibes from people that anything that happens good for the school and good for the coach is good. And anything they do for the players is like ruining the game. And And it wasn't until he got this money, they were like, oh, this is more like in the ruining of the game part. But they get over that quickly when Dabo gets his money.
Okay.
When a certain fan of college football, because there's a lot of, and we talk about this all the time, there's a lot of college football energy that is like, I don't watch the NFL, but I watch college. And they say it's because it's somehow the NFL's too political, which I still don't understand when a dude's knocking the snot out of somebody where the politics come out.
Right.
But I mean, maybe you're talking about in between commercials and like things in the end zone and all that. But when it comes to college, it's like, yeah, as long as everybody's out there for free and the band's playing, we good.
Right. Yeah. This sort of, when I heard Kirby make the comments about, basically he made some comments out of Texas. I don't know. He was in Texas. And he was talking about how the new guys that are coming in, the recruits, are taking advantage of, the nil deals. And he feels
name, image, and likeness.
And he feels like the older guys who have been playing aren't getting a chance to, leverage it the way that the recruits can. And because you're trying to get the recruits, so they're able to, it's going to basically the highest bidder. I feel like that they better be careful. Whether it's Dabo Swinney, I don't know. A few years ago, he said that he would retire if
players
got paid.
Mm-hmm.
Then he accepted a brand new contract for $100 million.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And then these comments, which Kirby made just been in the last couple of days after he accepted his eight-figure contract. And for me, I'm like, okay, y'all need to be careful about you coming after these nil guys, because to me, it's a very small slice of a pie that they eating from a totally different pie. This ain't really from the 95% of the revenue that they're actually generating for the whole entire athletic department. Like, the money that they actually should be going after is the TV money, should be the concessions money, should be the apparel money. So y'all better be shutting the hell up before they actually wake up and actually start coming after that, because that's what's paying your salary. It's that money.
Yeah.
That's what's funding the tennis team. That's what's funding the golf. That's what's funding all the girl sports. If they start coming after that, then now we got a problem, because they're not employees of the university. So they could do whatever they want. So if they actually wake up one day and be like, hey, we ain't coming out there Saturday.
Yeah.
You're going to be, now I know that that's more pie in the sky thinking, but what I am saying is that if they come after the money that they actually probably rightfully should be coming after, then you're gonna have a real problem. The nil deal it ain't got nothing to do with university.
It's a different pie, and it's equally delicious.
It's delicious, but it's not
the same pie though.
Yeah, it's not the the $1 billion deals that they have that they're getting from these. It ain't none of that. So why are you worried about it?
But I think if you follow the money, right, it's the reason why they signed off on name, image, and likeness. They punted. They punted on the idea of figuring out a real revenue share, because I think it was Northwestern players that it didn't work, but they were like, we gonna unionize. It kind of did try to do what you was talking about, and there was some discussion, and it kind of, went to court and it got shut down. But they saw where it was going, and they said, okay, we're not gonna agree to pay you, because that opens up a Pandora's box with Title IX and like all kinds of stuff where it's like, well, if the boys are getting paid, the girls got to get paid. If the football gets paid, then basketball got to get a little money, and basketball gets a little money. Then what about gymnastics? It becomes a larger discussion. So they said, well, look, y'all could take advantage of your name, image, and likeness. And that's gone crazy. And I think they're going to be reluctant to tinker with that until these new super conferences are formed and those TV deals are done.
Right.
And once they get their money solidified, then you can almost set your watch to this. They're going to come in and go, we got to regulate name, image, and likeness. It's out of control.
Yeah, but okay, so
and put caps on it and do all this kind of stuff.
And that's the funny part, right? So soon as your salaries explode,
100%.
You good with that, but we need oversight over here on this other part. I if that's not the pot calling the kettle black, I don't know what is. And so why
do you got to bring race into it? No, I'm just kidding.
hey, low key, it is the minority workforce that's really the workforce that everybody's tuning in to watch
right.
Come Saturday.
Yeah, particularly in the Southeastern Conference is where it seems to. The image of it and the sort of optics of it is always interesting. I was thinking about Brian Kelly got so much money from LSU, he decided to pick up an accent.
Yeah,
like, he make my family. Like I was like, oh, you really got paid. They paid you. You got the house, the golf club membership, everything.
Hey, you got
an accent.
If they cut that check for you,
my goodness, Whoa, Nelly. Right?
Hey, can you bring me some more of that etouffee, please?
Listen, I switch it up too. I think I'm cool with Kirby Smart getting his money. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of a capitalist, so I'm cool with anybody getting their money. But that includes the players, that includes the workforce. If you can negotiate and you can collectively bargain a set of rules that allow guys to get paid. Now, here's the interesting thing where we got to figure this out. I noticed I even thought about this relative to like what Deion's doing at Jackson State. He got a couple guys that got some money. He maybe got 3 or 4 guys. 2 of them is his kids. I think one of his kids got a Porsche deal.
No. Every player on that team had nil deals.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they all had the same money.
No, they don't. But he was when I believe whenever it went live.
Yeah.
He made it his business to make sure
something.
Everybody got a nil deal.
But what happens in college? But what happens in college when Deion's son, the coach's son, because I saw him on social media the other day, he's got to deal with Porsche and probably gets a car to drive as a result. You pulling up in a Porsche. I understand this, and I don't know if this to be a fact, so I'm saying allegedly, but one of my boys that's a big Ohio State guy is telling me that the quarterback's got a Rolls Royce truck. Mm-hmm. It's like that. But everybody on the 85 and the 10 walk-ons ain't got that.
Right.
And how is that going to affect the locker room? But I think, listen, as long as everybody's winning, it's all good. But what happens when you drop a game? Let's say Stroud goes out and throws, is it CJ Stroud?
CJ Stroud, yeah.
Goes out there and throws 3 interceptions against Notre Dame. Let's go! In the opener. And he's the reason that they lose. And he drives off in a Lamborghini truck. And the dude that's out here busting his butt got a pizza deal for free pizza. You know what I mean? Like, and then what is your locker room culture going to be like when those type of things happen? Because in the NFL, they're used to that because everybody's grown man, everybody's paid, and everybody sort of has the way they get along in the locker room. College has never had to deal with that.
Well, I can just say this based on my experience being around my best friend played for a program that guys got certain things that other guys didn't have.
Enticements.
My son played for a program that certain guys, had not necessarily money, but the shoes and the one kid had like 4 or 5 pairs of Kobe's and
enticement.
So when you he's getting flown here and flown there and all of these really cool opportunities, and I think what I've seen is that as long as normally if that guy is pretty cool, even if he isn't, it's still the locker room. It's still a place where if you're friends, you're friends. If you're not, you're not. And I don't want to say it doesn't necessarily matter what you have, but it's not as big of a deal as most people make it out to be. Your quarterbacks, your top flight, position guys, whatever position that they're playing, they normally already have things, extra money, extra this, extra that other people just don't. It's just more at this point. But what the other guys didn't have at that time was they didn't have anything. They were just waiting on that Pell Grant money. They were waiting on this. Now, if you have, a few grand coming in per month, I don't think the disparity hurts as much.
That's not all 85 though. That's not. Name, image, and likeness isn't benefiting everybody up and down the roster.
But you would think
if you're a junior and they never set foot on the field, there's no company that wants you to endorse their product or be their spokesperson.
But what I'm saying is there would still be some sort of disparity, even if the name, image, and likeness thing wasn't.
But here's the thing: the guys now that are getting something, it's not an under the table enticement. It's millions of dollars, and it's not just a Lamborghini truck. It's I live off campus. I rented a house. It could go any type of way. And I think the one thing about the locker room, unless it's changed since I played in the 80s, even just high school ball, when the coach puts you on the line to run suicides after practice because you lost the game because guys wasn't giving it up, we all equal.
That's right.
In that. We got to run. But when the guy who's capitalizing the most, or the guys that look like they might be, like maybe you was dogging it, maybe you whipped on the tackle or whatever, and then everything about who you are and what you were recruited to be is they're facing with, there's no natural checks and balance. In the locker room, there's conversation that players can have where they get on each other and they hold each other accountable, especially captains to younger players. Now, using what Kirby Smart said, maybe there's a guy who's a 4-year guy that's a team captain, a team guy that's not getting what they got, that enticement to bring that 5-star quarterback in there, and that guy can't check him. That captain, it's going to be harder to do that. And listen, it all depends on the quarterback and the leadership, but it's going to play out very differently for some teams.
But I think that's
maybe
that dynamic has been there the whole time.
Not Lamborghini truck style. Not Lamborghini truck style.
If you got a kid coming in and he's it ain't like these guys haven't been like the nil. It's just above board. They've been getting stuff. Ask Reggie Bush.
The kid from Tennessee allegedly got. I think the kid from California, $8 million. Nobody got that. No, nobody got that.
Right, but all I'm saying is that what I've seen is, and that could happen, and that has happened before the money came.
Yeah.
Guys will be like, normally though, when you're a team and you're out there on that field, normally, if guys got to run the extra suicide, they just run the extra suicides. And the guy, the kid who has, like whatever cars Reggie Bush had, whatever OJ Mayo had. I'm not trying to bang on USC. This is just what's coming to mind.
Slimy Pete out there getting it in. Slimy Pete Carroll.
Those guys, they still out there normally doing all the things. And then when it's over, you go to the locker room and you go home. But
But they were winning. See, winning cures that. But what happens if Reggie Bush got 38 yards and 3 fumbles? It's different.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
We're going to find out. Because that's the difference. Reggie Bush was a superstar when he was getting those enticements. To the point that Kirby made, which I think is a good point, you're giving it to guys that ain't took a snap yet.
Yeah.
That ain't never bled for the program. That ain't never ran the suicides. That ain't never had to run the
You never shed no blood for Georgia.
Hey, listen, it's a real
for
though.
The silver britches.
But I think those type of things play bigger in the locker room.
And it may. I'll just
you know what I'm saying? Like where guys is like, man, you ain't put in the work now because it's a national championship team too.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. I tend to think that, normally those disparities existed, not to the level that they exist now, but normally, like I've been friends with guys who were big time athletes and have gotten things coming in that, again, the third string or the second string running back who's been there who ain't got that many, haven't had that many snaps. My guys coming in were way bigger stars than him, and they lived that way. Mm-hmm. But the irony in that is, a lot of times that guy who's getting nothing, that is going to end up working at Aflac, and this guy is on his way to the league. A lot of times these guys are like best friends, and it's so, even though this guy has all this other stuff, it's normally, I guess, I can't speak to basketball. I just know about it on the football level. Normally that thing that I've seen, that jealousy isn't to the degree that it affected team chemistry that I've seen it. I'm not.
But this is what we haven't seen. And I'll just say, we'll leave it with this. I think that Kirby is bringing out an interesting point. And I think we have to.
After accepting his 8 feet.
Yeah, no, listen. Listen. You know me.
Getting a little too much money here.
Hey, you listen. You know me though.
We've got national champions.
Exactly. Listen, rings matter. And we tell you, listen. The one thing you're never gonna hear me waver on is that when you get them rings, you get all the spoils that come with it. And,
he deserves the contract.
And hat off to him. Like hat off to that man.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like get your money, but don't be talking. Like he said, I don't want to hear Brian Kelly, who got close to $100 million. I don't want to hear Coach Saban. I don't want to hear none of these guys that's clocking dollars like that say anything about these kids getting theirs.
Yeah, particularly when your pool of money is coming from their labor and they're not touching that.
In any type of way.
In any type of way. Like, shut up.
Yeah, in trust or anything.
Because if they wake up and they start trying to come after, like I said, the apparel, the concessions, the TV money, now you're in a whole, like, you should be like a fan of the Neil deal.
Yeah, I don't think the players I'm amazed at how unaware a lot of the parents are. You would think that the parents would be like a little bit more like, nah, we going here for this and we going here for this reasons. And like, they're just kind of like, nah, I like Alabama, we going to Alabama. Like, I like Ohio State, we going to Ohio State. It's more like whatever.
There was one player that, and I'm not going to say his name, there was one player that Georgia and Alabama were neck and neck for. And this was, I saw the interview where the kid said this. And they said that was the difference. Alabama, like Georgia, they were walking around campus and Alabama gave them a golf cart, like to go around. And that's the reason Auburn. He chose Auburn.
Well, it's interesting. It's funny that you bring that up. And I don't know if I told you this, and we're obviously running a little long, so we're just gonna keep it going. But so there was a kerfuffle in South Bend.
Spell it.
Cannot. Well, I won't attempt because I got spell check on my phone,
kerfuffle.
So it's not needed.
Kerfuffle. I don't know if that's right.
Some of Notre Dame fans were upset because Marcus Freeman was in a photo with a recruit, actually, kid Richard Young. I think he's going to end up either going to you guys or Alabama when it's all said and done. But he used one of his 5 officials to come to South Bend, and him and Marcus jumped in. Marcus has a Ferrari, and
your coach has a Ferrari.
Yeah, our coach has.
Good for him.
Yeah, and they jumped in the Ferrari. And he's riding around with the recruit. Yeah, my coach is 35 years old.
Hey, you want to drive?
Yeah.
Here you go, son.
And some of our fans were a little feeling some type, that's not Notre Dame, it's not what we're about, we shouldn't. I was like, here's the thing that's crazy. I'm like, we finally got the coolest thing in college sports. We got the young black who can relate to his players, good-looking coach who's cool, who doesn't have to get an accent, don't have to do the dance like Dabo was doing. We got a guy that's fly, and we're using it, and we're not going to get that kid, but that was the best thing to do is like relate to him.
Yeah.
Show him something.
You got Nick Saban landing at people's houses in helicopters.
Right. But see, Marcus Freeman can do all of that, but he's 35. and he comes from a place that they come from.
He's a handsome young man.
And he's good looking. He like good looking to the mamas.
Yeah.
We got the guy.
Yeah, you do have the guy.
I want to put all of that on it. He should get 5 Ferraris.
Sure.
And I'm like, dude, this dude's a multimillionaire. That's what multimillionaires drive in many cases.
And he got the and this is the guy that y'all wanted.
Yeah.
The alumni wanted. The kids wanted. Everybody wanted. You got your guy. And
as a result, we have the #1 recruiting class in 23 and 24. We may not end that way, but right now, today,
all you can do is today.
The new
That's
ESPN came out. We have more top 100s and more top 300 than any other school right now committed.
Well, congratulations, man.
What I'm saying is, to the point, it's working.
That's like how Charlie Weiss used to have y'all.
Charlie Weiss never had us like that.
Yeah, but I mean, he was a really good recruiter.
He changed. He turned the recruiting around because it was like we were in the 30s and 40s.
Right.
You know, when he took over for Ty and he got us back in the top 10. But one of the things that I realized when you talk about recruiting, you can be in the top 10 and be 150, 175 points behind the teams that are in the top 3.
Yeah.
In terms of like the quality of players and the depth of the players. You can get in the top 10 because you took 27 guys.
27 3-stars.
Yeah, or you might have 10 3-stars. You might have it laid across, but like there's a gap between like we already right now at this moment, and we're not done. We still got 3 or 4 more top 100 guys that we're in on, but we already have more points, recruiting points than we had any time under Brian Kelly.
Wow.
And we had, I think he had a top 5 class once. We already have more. We're still in on 5 guys that are top 100 players.
And I hope y'all keep it going. I mean, this is, obviously you're writing the novelty of everything that happened.
Yeah.
Y'all win that first game against Ohio State.
No, listen, it's a big game. And I to be honest with you, I don't even really, of course, let me not say this. I want to win. It doesn't even have to be a win in order to keep the recruiting momentum going. It just has to be like, oh shit.
Is there a line on the game?
It's 14.5.
14.5?
Yeah. Ohio State? Yeah, crazy.
Load up.
Yeah.
I like Notre Dame money line. Put that on my record.
Yeah.
Hey, when that game come out,
I like
mark
it too.
this Notre Dame money line.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you something. This is a team.
When I nod after like that.
Yeah. Listen, my boy's a big Ohio State fan, and I'm going to find out if he's watching the show because this is a team that they gave up 45 to Utah.
Yeah, and in the first game, and in Oregon last year.
Yeah, Oregon lit them up, but that was at the beginning.
They did, but in the beginning and the end.
and I'm saying that. And so
they bookended it.
So they got rid of a lot of coaches. They brought in the defensive coordinator from Oklahoma State. They led the nation in sacks, had the best defense in the Big 12, but it took them 3 or 4 years to get that defense down. Now, they'll be having much better players in Ohio State.
Yes, and they're not, and the defense wasn't. That was like a reclamation job that he did in Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
this is not that.
No, they have players, but those players did not play very well last year at all. So they would have to turn it around. And my hope is that they turn it around like Game 6, and that they're very confused about the system in Game 1, because I think we can legitimately score on them. Based on what I saw.
14.5.
Yeah.
Man, load up.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do well. Let's take this opportunity I want to introduce a game that you came up with. We didn't come up with the game, but we decided you came up with the idea of doing it here. One has to go.
One gotta go.
So you've seen this. It's been popularized on all different social media things where they'll put, like, for instance, one's got to go and they'll put pancakes, waffles, French toast, and biscuits.
Yeah. Or like, I hate it when they do it with like artists.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on, like, sometimes it'd be artists. There's somebody in there you don't like.
Rap. Yeah, be like, okay, Nas, you can go. They're like, oh, and
you're gonna stop coming at Nas.
I get killed whenever I do that.
Listen, I've never been. I like
Nas.
I've never been a big Nas fan of his music, but his company sent me a nice box of his cigars.
Really?
Yeah, he has a cigar line.
Straight like that.
Yeah.
And
I did something for their company.
And Nas, I know you got that Hennessy endorsement.
Yeah.
If you want to send a box of that.
Yeah, he loves the cognac.
The Mighty Fine.
He loves it.
Very special. Always on time. Hennessy cognac.
See? Run that check. That was a commercial. That was a good read.
Oh, thank you very much.
So I'm gonna let you kick. I'm gonna let you kick the game off since you sort of conceptualized it. I have a little something that I can add into it, but you go ahead and kick it off.
All right. So we're gonna start this one off. One gotta go. So this means all their works have to go. They ain't gotta
Everybody just want to play it.
They don't have to leave the earth, but they gotta go.
Right.
The Black Panther or Black Panthers? One gotta go.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. So damn, Chadwick Boseman, everything.
Not Chadwick. The movie.
I'm saying the whole everything gotta go. The character, the whole Marvel, Black Panther, the movie, nothing ever existed.
Okay. Like, man, get it out of here.
Hey,
versus the Black Panthers?
Our production is
the
bugging.
Real Black Panthers?
Yeah.
Like the people?
Yeah.
Like, so real life versus fiction.
Versus what they meant. I mean, Black Panther. Have you seen a new trailer for the Black Panther? Did you swell up? Did you well up?
No.
Oh, I welled up. What are you talking? Did you well up? Oh, man. Okay, thank you.
No. I didn't even know what I was looking at.
Bro, the tear I had a glory tear trickling down.
What particularly made you cry?
Well, first of all, they was doing the editing with the No Woman No Cry, and then they put in the Kendrick, and then when they showed the picture of T'Challa, when they showed his mural, I broke down. Now I held it because my wife was breaking down, so I was doing like this real fast when she never saw the tears come down, but the tears came down.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I saw it, I was confused. I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't know what I was looking at.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I'm just saying, I just didn't know what I was looking at. Like,
didn't know.
It was dope, like cinematically, and the music and all of that, and
I got so choked up.
That was dope. But I'm not a Marvel guy.
I ain't either.
I'm not a superhero dude. Like, so it was kind of like, all right, when this come out, I'm gonna be able to figure out what I'm looking at. Because I don't know what I'm looking at. People was having babies in the water. Like, is that and I know people do that, but they're not like they doing that in the movie. I was confused. It's like, and I bring in, is he the Panther? Like, who's the Panther? Like, I didn't like who is the Panther? Which one of them is the Panther?
Next. We want me to go again. I want to.
So I'm gonna get killed. My kids are gonna kill me.
Because you didn't damn hurt my feelings.
My kids are gonna kill me because they
hurt my light skin feelings.
Because they love that shit.
Looking.
All right. I gave more choices. Right. So this one, okay, so it's 3 choices.
Okay.
One gotta go.
All right.
Tom Cruise, Tom Brady, Tom Hanks. One gotta go.
Tom Brady. Gotta go. I don't care nothing about his 7 championships. And then one of them broke my whole life and my house and my heart. Hell yeah. It could be Tom and Jerry. like get the hell on. It could be Uncle Tom. I need Uncle Tom. Stay. Tom Brady, get the hell on. Now, I've grown to have great deal of respect for Tom Brady. Yeah. Love his work ethic, his story. But if I could get rid of that 28-3 comeback,
you would do it.
Man, yeah.
I'm going to go
I'm a Tom Cruise fan.
I'm going to go with Tom Cruise. He can go.
No way.
Tom Cruise can go.
Hey, man.
Because Tom Hanks, I think, has left more significant work.
The Last Samurai was real. No, Tom Cruise stuff is like, it's pop culture.
I'm about to say, yes.
He hasn't done a lot of socially redeeming projects.
Yeah.
But Tom Brady can get the hell on out my life.
No, I can't give up this sport.
Bye.
All right, go.
Yeah, okay.
You next.
All right. Herschel Walker or Hershey chocolates?
Like just a regular bar? Like
the Hershey, the whole company.
Oh, I mean Herschel Walker. That's easy.
Okay.
Herschel Walker's a fucking idiot. Like, I mean, right? Right?
Sorry.
I mean, that's the easy one.
Now, they got New Air float on over to China.
And he's like, what?
Like, I'm going to break it down for you the Wrightsville way. Like, what are you?
I'm like, what kind of? Man, I used to love Herschel Walker, by the way.
Yeah, back in the 80s.
Yeah, like when I remember when he first came up. And he got robbed of I always say this. He got robbed of that first.
Because they didn't
want to give it to freshmen.
They didn't do bad. Yeah, that's right. That's what happened. Who was the first freshman to win it? Had they had one yet? Was it Tim Tebow?
Was it?
That maybe they haven't had a freshman win it yet.
We gotta look that up. I don't know.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. How many more you got? I want the last word on this.
Okay. So you want me to go again?
No, I got it. Kirby Smart, Marcus Smart, or Keith Smart?
Keith Smart, the old school basketball player?
He won me a championship, so I'm definitely not cutting him.
I'm telling you, Keith Smart go. Yeah,
nah.
I'm not getting rid of Kirby Smart, or who is it? Marcus Smart?
Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I like watching those guys. And Kirby Smart turned on. I haven't enjoyed Georgia football ever so much in my life.
I'm getting rid of Kirby.
You getting rid of Kirby?
I'm getting rid of Kirby.
But you almost came on to be a Georgia fan.
I almost did, and
you still kind of be with us.
No, I definitely with y'all. I live in Georgia. I have no issue.
So how did that happen?
Here's the thing.
Keith Smart is such a forgettable figure. Unless you cheer for Indiana.
I do.
Yeah, but I mean,
and he hit us a game-winning championship in '87, like a game winner from the baseline, all net. Can't get rid of him. And I like Marcus Smart.
Okay,
I think guys like Marcus Smart are keys to championship teams.
Well, especially how because
they do dirty stuff.
Well, especially how he's evolved, because if the first 6 or 7 years of his career, or I think he's only been in the league 7 years, but the first few years of his career, he was just a defensive guy.
Yeah, couldn't shoot.
He added that 3-point shot this season, because I used to loathe when he got the basketball. He still makes some pretty low IQ plays, but not as much as he used to. Marcus Smart, shout out to you. I know you've been in the gym. I know you've been working. Acknowledgement from me. I used to loathe when you came into the game. Now I actually like the way you play.
I liked him at Oklahoma State, which I think where he went to college.
I like when you rolled up on that dude for calling you out your name in the stands. Shout out. That was
Yeah, no, I can't get rid of him, so it's Kirby.
All right, so here we go. All right, Michael Jordan or the River of Jordan, where Jesus was baptized. One gotta go.
I abstain. Because I don't want my mom to get mad, but is there any possible way we can arrange for Jesus to be baptized somewhere else? Get rid of the River Jordan, but still allow him another river. Like, can he be baptized in the Dead Sea? Like, is there something else we can do? Is this a change of venue?
Another river.
Can we do another river? Go. But I'm not getting rid of Jesus. I just want to change the body of water.
So you're choosing the River of Jordan, Mike?
I said I abstain. Okay. I'm just asking. My mom was asking. I wasn't saying. Mom, I'm sorry.
All right, you want me to go again?
No, this is my last one.
All right.
Rick James, Bob James, Etta James, or LeBron James. One of them got to go.
Bob James.
Absolutely not.
Bob James got to go.
It's LeBron for me.
No.
It's LeBron James for me.
Promise kids, sorry for you.
Oh, it's LeBron. Get him out of here. I love Bob James. It's definitely not going to be him. It's definitely not going to be Rick. Give it to me, baby James.
No, Rick's staying.
And Rick is definitely staying.
Like if I had to eliminate another one, it would be Etta. It would be down to Rick and LeBron.
It's LeBron.
I love Rick James.
And it's not even Rick James. Rick James is seriously underrated. Seriously underrated.
You ever listen to Portuguese in Love?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all right.
I'm just having a little fun. I know all my LeBron stands gonna come for me on that one.
All right, here we go. Dr. Dre or Dr. Martin Luther King? One gotta go in all they work.
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. So man, the whole gangster rap, the whole Snoop, the whole
and his Eminem, and his women beating and all the everything.
Well, Martin used to have him shot his own Dizak.
I mean, allegedly.
That's on tape.
Allegedly.
Okay. All right. So
that was the FBI trying to. No, there's no way that I'm getting rid of the Black Panthers or Dr. Martin Luther King.
Dr. Dre. Okay. I'd be willing to side with you. Okay. This one may be a little bit hard.
Okay. Let's make this one last one, because this is the longest show we've had.
Last one. Well, we can edit this out.
You can break these up if you want. Yeah, we're gonna break them up, but yeah.
All right. Jackie Robinson or Smokey Robinson? One gotta go.
Smokey.
What? Wait a minute.
I smoke.
Smokey.
Pop Smoke. Bob Smoke. Jackie Robinson, no way.
Holy smokes.
Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier.
But Smokey Robinson broke the color barrier. You know how many of his songs came on white radio that never been played before?
I love Smokey, and I love Motown. I love Berry Gordy. I love all them guys. He got to go.
My girl, out of here.
Outta
Tracks
here.
in my tears.
All
Out
in
of here.
here. Yeah.
God, dog.
Yeah, man.
Yo.
The color barrier.
The color barrier. Smokey is the color barrier.
No.
He the reason Michael even got a shot.
Nah.
Because it took a high yellow, light in the ass voice dude to, you know what I'm saying, to break off. It couldn't have been, some, yeah. It had to be, hey, baby.
Oh, no, he was smooth. He was
Yeah.
smooth. Listen, you made the question. I came with the answer.
I can't believe Tiger Woods or Tigers. Like Tigers, the species got to go or Tiger Woods. He just, work at Subway.
I don't have any relationship to Tigers. So, yeah, Tigers can go.
Tiger Woods can go?
No.
Or Tigers?
No, because I don't like Tiger anymore. There was a time I liked Tiger Woods.
So Tigers are out of here?
What have they ever done for me?
What has Tiger ever done for you?
I've watched him in
So
like
what?
the Masters,
I've watched
and I've
Tigers.
enjoyed it.
I like Tigers.
I've never even watched Tigers.
No.
Like what the hell are we watching Tigers for? What do they do?
Because they're great. It's a species. Like I ain't saying
What do
Tiger
they do?
gotta
Like,
die.
are they important to the
But
environment or something?
But Tiger,
what do they do?
Part
Like,
of the
who do they
cycle.
eliminate?
They all the food chain. They
Like,
eat
where are they in the food
wildebeest.
chain?
They do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like they tigers, white tigers, black tigers.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you look at it from the standpoint of like the Siegfried and Roy, they would say Tiger Woods for sure because they made a lot of money fucking sticking things up their ass and making them do tricks.
That's messed up that y'all did that.
But that's why he ate him.
That's
That's why he ate his ass.
I know he was probably like one day he stick that thing up my asshole one more
time, and then it was like lights out, baby.
So
You whooping him,
and he
like,
probably was like talking to the other tiger that night. He was like, "Hey, look, tomorrow."
Yeah, it's on. like, hey, he hit us one more time. No, listen.
I'm gonna eat his ass.
Leave them animals alone.
Okay, so okay, so Tiger Woods, you would just see for me. I like Tiger B.
Now, if you said
working at
Tony the
UPS.
Tiger, because I used to love Frosted Flakes when I was a kid, so I would choose Tony the Tiger over Tiger Woods.
But you would let but Tony the Tiger come from Tigers. So based on that logic.
But Tony
there
the
would be
Tiger,
no Tony the Tiger
but he's
without
like
Tiger.
the Black Panther of like tigers. Like he's not real.
But that would be.
It's not real though.
They're great.
Yeah, he's a talking tiger. Like
I used to love it when he did that.
yeah, and the commercials were dope.
The commercials were dope.
But the cereal,
because they would be sad.
Hey, that cereal had so much sugar.
Glucose.
It was like they should call it diabetes.
Diabetes.
Yeah, like if you're an adult,
Frosted diabetes.
I haven't had a bowl of because they used to, when I was a kid, they call them sugar Frosted Flakes. They used to just put sugar on the thing. If you grown and eating Frosted Flakes, you need your ass beat.
If you grown and picking up a box of Frosted Flakes,
like for real, you need to be dealt with.
yeah, you need. But I can almost guarantee you that guy that's doing that, that's probably like the top of his week.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I just don't know what the purpose of Tigers. Like what are we doing?
What's the purpose of Tiger Woods?
Well, because he's a sportsman.
Yeah, but he's a freaking weirdo.
But we watched him. Like I can't erase because you're talking about the.
I want to erase
17
every last
with the 17 championship.
Every last one of them.
It goes back to the thing.
Every last one of them.
You can't take people's wins off the.
I would though.
I don't
if
like
I could.
it.
I'm taking
I don't like
Toms
it.
and I'm taking Tigers.
No, I can't take his wins off. He did that.
I mean,
I'm not rooting for him anymore, but he did that.
I ain't rooted for Tiger since Ellen got a hold of that ass with that club.
Yeah, she went in on him too. Hey, like,
She connected.
yeah, no, she was like. She knocked the image down of a docile European woman. She came out like her name was Bernice or something, and whooped him with a golf club.
Like she had on a
What do you call it?
wrap.
Yeah,
a bonnet. A bonnet. Came out of bonnet and dirty house shoes. They brought Tiger, even though he managed to try to run as far away from his blackness as he could, he managed to bring the hood.
he got a black woman ass
He
whooping.
managed to bring the hood to that affluent area. Because I can almost guarantee you they haven't had an incident like that since.
Yes, before or since. Anyways, we gonna break there. Listen, like always, we ask you to like, subscribe, and mash the notification button so you'll know when we're going. When new episodes are coming out and when we're going live, which will be something that's happening during football season. We'll announce that and give you a little bit more information about that in the weeks to come. Also, reach us on all of our social media platforms at statlinesmatter on TikTok, Facebook, also on Twitter and Instagram. And follow my man here on his comedy channel. Laugh with Rob Hunter. Yes. And like we said, now listen, go check him out.
Yeah, please.
And because he's got a bunch of stuff planned in the fall, dropping a whole bunch of new comedy stuff. And like you can really see what he's about over there doing his comedy thing. And then why he's so funny here. You'll get the context, because I'm big on context. You'll get the context about why he's so funny here.
And my son, who's here while we're filming this, you would be supporting him by going over to check it out.
Yeah.
I have 2 other children. I have 3 sons, but one is here now.
One is here, and big time basketball player here in the state of Georgia, class of 2024. Soon to be at a Division I school near you. No pressure. No pressure on Robbie Jr. So on behalf of our team here at StatLinesMatter, on behalf of my partner Rob Hunter Jr., I'm Mark Stewart, and this is StatLinesMatter. Peace.
Bad boy. I ain't come for games. Say it to my face. Say it to my face. I ain't come for games. Say it to my face. Say it to my face.